Okay. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Except I'm not seeing you, but I kind of feel like all of you are like right here. Do you ever have those days? All right. Well, I'm Siris Raquel Rivas-Verdejo. Hi to everybody that's new, that doesn't know me yet. And thanks for messaging me about what you've been adding to the polls. Facebook's kind of tricky sometimes and doesn't always give me notifications when someone's commenting on things. And so if I haven't responded, it's probably because I haven't seen the notification or it hasn't come up in my world yet. And I don't want to miss you and I don't want to miss what you were asking for. So thanks for that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a pinned post in our group where you can say what you'd like to get out of this group. I'm a speech language pathologist, learning behavioral specialist, and feeding therapist. And I also practice all these different energetic modalities and techniques. And so that makes me a little bit different, a little bit weird, but super effective. And so I wanted to address some of the things that y'all have been asking for. And this theme that has come up for the last couple of weeks with my clients and with definitely people who've been messaging in the group. And it's the question of speed. What is the speed of your family? And so, what does that mean? So, when I talk about speed, I talk about how quickly a family moves through different situations, how quickly they choose, how quickly they create, what conditions, if any, do they have in living as a family group, as a unit? Do they feel like it has to be certain people that take the lead, that somebody dictates certain things, or it can be like a co-creative, collaborative type of space? These are all factors that can affect a family's speed. And when you're willing to look at this, if there's some aspects of what's going on in your family or what has happened in your family that hasn't been moving quickly or hasn't been moving at the speed that you'd really like, well, when you look at the natural default speed of your family, it sometimes is this key to unlock the stuff that's making it like you're moving through quicksand. So sorry, I do a lot of sound effects, if in case you haven't noticed. Where are my, oh, there it is. I have some notes because otherwise I will talk forever. So how quickly does your family choose things? Like choose to go on vacation, choose what they're going to eat? How quickly do they even get up? Like that whole initial arousal, because arousal isn't just about sex, it's actually about how you have energy come into your body. Do some of the people in your family take a while to like wake up, to charge up, to get energy flowing? And so it's kind of like a lot of lethargy and slow moving energy through their body. Are there some people who they're like, even before their eyes are open, they're already like, whoop, out of bed, or they're moving really fast all the time and their default speed is going really fast? And so, yeah. And then what if there's a mix? Which for most of our families, that's the case. There's a mix of people who have high arousal, quick energy, and people who are low arousal, need a little bit more time, a little bit more nurturing stimulation before they're like really present and really activated. And just because someone's moving really fast doesn't mean that they're very present. So for some of y'all who are in adrenaline overload all the time and going, are you able to do that with ease and like almost like everything's moving around and it's like an orchestra and you're the conductor? Or are you like a chicken with your head cut off and you don't even know what is going on around you? You're just going. So it's not about one or the other. It's what's going to work for your family in any given moment. What's the speed that is required? So I love asking that question. So I come into these households or I go and connect with a family online. And before I even start talking, I'm like, what's the speed required with this family today? I even do that when I'm doing my webinars and the Facebook Live, because my default is really fast. I talk really fast. I choose really fast. I create really fast. And sometimes if I don't modulate my speed, people can't really even hear me or process what I'm saying. So I got to tweak it a little bit. If I actually want people to get what I'm saying and receive me and be able to ask questions and be engaged. Otherwise, I'd be like, okay, pew. If I want pew and it just goes right over their head, then I'm going to do that all the time. But then as soon as I'm on my own or with people that are high speed again, I'm going to go right back to what's natural for me and what's true for me. Okay. It's just this faster speed. So it's not about staying at that slower speed if that's not your natural state and that's not what you want, but it's about adjusting according to the situation. And so that also helps when you're trying to meet the needs of all the different people in your family, including yourself. Please include yourself. So maybe if you have multiple kids, one of your kids might need you to be a different speed than another kid. And it takes practice, conscious choice, and conscious practice to shift between those different speeds or to do the different speeds simultaneously, which I think is like super fun. That's like my favorite. Because we can do that. We can actually do that. And so for many of you, I wonder how much you're already doing that you haven't acknowledged. How many of you are already modulating your speed and dulling out, giving out the different energies and speeds and amounts of energy that each person in your family requires without even having to think about it. Like after getting conscious practice and doing it a lot and it becomes your natural state, you don't actually have to think about it that much. But until then, it might take a little bit more effort. It might feel a little bit more effortful, and then it can shift. Okay. Also, if you want to say hi and let me know you're here, that would be awesome. I'm trying to track the comments in the group as well as while I'm streaming here. It's a little bit tricky. 1 second. Just don't want to miss your comments. I think I'm good. Okay, cool. And if I don't catch your comments right now, I will respond as soon as I can after I'm done today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. So the other piece that this is big, because a lot of you have asked about healing past childhood wounds and abuse and trauma, dealing with your inner child and addressing that. Well, the speed of your family can impact how quickly you can let go of that trauma, that abuse, and the things that happen, those past experiences that have happened to you. I see this all the time with my clients. If their family was very fixed and rigid, and then they brought it into their body and their reality, and they have the point of view given that unconsciously they brought it into their reality and in their body, it's a lot harder for them to let it go because they've bought the point of view that things have to stay the same and they can never let it go. It's going to be a solid brick or boulder in my world for the rest of my life, that nothing can change. How many of us had families where it's like, oh, it's going to be like this forever? This is just how it is. It is what it is. That phrase. I was like, is it? It is what it is, and that's always what it's going to be? Is that how it is? Well, if we have that point of view, since our point of view creates our reality, then how are we going to shift things? How are we going to have the change that we're asking for? If you're even asking for change. Some of you aren't asking for change. Some of you are asking for additional tools, more awareness, but not necessarily shifting things. So I'm talking in this couple of moments for the people that have posted in the group saying that they'd like some change about their childhood or looking at their inner child and nurturing and healing the inner child. So do you have a point of view about how quickly you can shift things in your family? How quickly you can choose beyond what's happened to you with your family? And if you have that, are you willing to let it go so you can actually have all of the possibilities that you're asking for? So this is one of the things that I'm inviting you to look at with this video, is for you to look at, 1, the speed of your family, 2, how much that speed has been functioning and running maybe unconsciously as like a program that you haven't looked at yet. 3, does that work for you? If it works for you, cool. You don't have to do anything about it. It's like, oh, that's how my family works. I like it. I'm good with it. Let's go. But if that doesn't work for you, if that speed and that way of functioning with speed, being always having one speed or not really being aware of all the different speeds required in your family, if that doesn't work for you, change it. Okay. And then lastly, what is the speed that my family is asking for right now? And in this moment, at like for me right now, it's like almost 4:15 in the afternoon. At 4:15 in the afternoon, it might be different what my family is asking for. And I have family all over the place. I'm not just including the people in my household. I'm including my extended family. I'm including my chosen families in here. Okay, so if I'm willing to ask and look for the awareness as to what shows up, okay, what comes to mind when when I ask, what speed is my family asking for right now? Well, what's going to work right now might be different than tomorrow, might be different than later this evening, might be different than next month or next season. And being willing to tap into that and flow with it and choose it to create more for you and your family. Notice how I said you? Yeah, you're in there. You and your family can be a game changer. All right. So have fun with this. Let me know what questions you have about this. Post below, what is the speed of your family? And what would you like that speed to be? And I'm going to do whatever I can to support y'all with having more clarity and ease with this. But if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I won't know what else to do videos on and give you some more support on, okay? Thank you for all of those that asked for this content and for those that are willing to consider this and have this benefit your families. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.